Hi guys, it's Tiffany. I'm really excited because today I'm finally getting to do a look that I have been wanting to do for a while. It was sent to me by this user because I don't have the name in front of me right now. I'm really excited because it is one of my favorite styles of makeup. It is inspired by an Indian bridal look. That was how she described it, and I love that style of makeup. So I am very excited to finally have done it. It's using a lot of colors that are kind of cranberry, and I actually do use cranberry, but colors that are more on the burgundy side. And I really love it, and I hope that you guys do too. And if you want to see how I did it, keep watching. I'm going to take my 217 brush and the Pearl Cream Color Base by MAC, and I'm just going to get a little bit on there. Now, using cream color bases for eyeshadow bases can be tricky. You don't want to use a whole lot or they will definitely crease. They're great because they're very sticky, but I'm using this brush just because it helps it to apply a more even layer or a thinner layer of this cream color base, which is what I want. So notice I'm not really sticking to this outer part. I'm just going to the inner corner and up. It might look like I just applied a whole lot, but really there's not much on there at all because this brush just really applies a thin layer. Okay, now I'm using Artifact Paint Pot by MAC. It's a really pretty burgundy. I'm using that same brush. I wiped it off just a little before I did this. I got just a little bit on the brush, and I'm going to go on the outer half of my eyelid. And you're going to do this just as if you were applying eyeshadow. And it's already going to start to mimic the look that we're going for. And I'm just going to apply it, getting thinner, up to my brow bone, or up to my eyebrow. Now I'm taking that flat Sonia Kashuk brush. This is a really great brush. It is one of my absolute favorites. And I'm taking Sweet Lust by MAC, which is a luster. It's a really pretty, sparkly pink. We're going to use that on the inner corners. Now, this stuff is really pigmented. You don't need much. I'm just dabbing it on the inner corners. Or I should say the inner third of my eye. And I'm just kind of patting it upwards. But you really want it just to be concentrated right there. Okay, now I'm going to take that same brush. I wiped it off just a little bit, and I'm taking Cranberry by MAC. It's a really pretty deep burgundy. Well, not too deep, but it's just a gorgeous cranberry color. And I am patting it to my lid. And I'm using this large brush because I'm covering a large area. I'm not working just with my lid. I'm taking this color all the way up, but I'm getting thinner. I'm applying it less as I go up, so I'm just kind of making it fade. I'm using a heavier hand down here. This is going to look crazy for a minute, but it'll be fine, I promise. Then around the edges, I'm just patting. And I'm going to go back and take a little bit more of the Sweet Lust and take it just a little bit upward. I'm not so much taking it into the eyelid area. I'm just pulling it upward into the brow bone. So it blends that color really nicely. Alright, I'm going to take my 224 type brush, and I am just blending, blending, blending. You don't want that swoosh like I had. You just want it to blend. Okay, now I'm taking my 217 brush. If you're using the same one, just wipe it off from where we used that base. I'm taking Embark, which I have in my brown palette, but it's like more of a maroonish brown. And I'm just getting a little bit on my brush, and I'm working that into the crease. Okay, so I'm focusing it on the outer crease. I'm swirling it inward. you can use little swirly motions if you like. That works well with this brush, because you want to go back and forth, but then you also want to make sure that the top and the bottom of the line is blended as well. So swirly motions work nicely with this brush. Okay, now I'm going to take that Sonia Kashuk brush, take just a little bit of Sweet Lust. I'm touching it to the highest arch, or the highest point of my arch, and patting it. Now in the picture, the color kind of fades upward into the eyebrow, so I'm not going to focus a lot of it out here. I'm putting the majority here. I'm just kind of just patting right there. So that a little bit goes down, but it doesn't break that color. Okay, now as for actual eyeshadow under the lash line, it looks like it's pretty clean down there, like it's just a little bit of black eyeliner, so I'm going to go ahead and do that, and I will be right back. Okay, so for my liner, I really wanted to mimic the picture exactly. I used the Loreal HiP cream liner in black. I winged it out pretty dramatically on the outer edges and around the outer corners, and I took a very, very thin line of it right underneath my lash line and lined my waterline with it. For my mascara, I used the CoverGirl Lashblast in Berry Black, and for my cheeks, it looks like she has some really strong contouring and cheek color that is on the bronze side. So I'm using Golden. This is a bronzing powder. And I'm just going to take my 109 brush. This is one of my favorite. It is my favorite brush. You can use it for so much. You can use it for foundation. You can use it for blush, or I really like to use it for contouring. And then I'm just getting just a teensy bit on the brush, and I'm going to contour my face with it. I'm going to go just a little bit higher than I normally would. A little further right into the cheeks, but I'm not getting it right on the apples. I'm staying away from the upper part. I'm just getting it right there, right where the apples, the lower part is. So be careful if you ever use a darker bronzer than you're used to. Make sure that you check it in a bunch of different lights before you leave the house, because I know sometimes what looks good in a makeup mirror does not look good when you step into your bathroom or when you step outside, even if it's on an outside setting or, you know, whatever your makeup mirror has. So be careful. I'm going to take just a little bit along the sides of my nose. I normally don't like to contour with this bronzer. Works pretty good though. I mean, if I used it in smaller amounts. Right around my hairline on the outer left and right sides, right above my eyebrow arch. Okay. And then I'm going to take my 116 blush brush and dip it into my Emphasize highlighter, and I'm putting it right here. And that's okay to do right there because this doesn't really have a lot of shimmer. It's just going to look glowy, and I'm putting just a little bit on the tops of my cheekbones and a thin line straight down my nose. This brush is awesome for highlighting. Has a very thin tapered point to it. So it's great for that, it's great for this, it's great for that. Okay, if you wanted to, you could put just a little bit of the X-Rocks blush on top. I just want a little bit of cheek color that's not like straight bronze. But this is pretty good because it's like a bronzy pink. Like a bronzy mauve. Mauve is the word I have been looking for to describe this. A bronzy mauve. On my 187 brush, I'm just putting it on the outer areas of my cheekbones. I'm not really going too far inward with the cheek color just because that's how it looks in the picture. Looks like it's focused more on this outer part. Okay. For the lip color, I'm going to use Slightly Ripe. Looks like she's wearing a lip liner definitely in the picture, but I'm skipping that. But you can totally add one if you want to. Okay, and then to bring out the, okay, and then I'm going to put just a little bit of Jampacked over it. Just a little bit. This stuff is dark. Probably could have used this on its own. Okay. Doesn't really have much shimmer. Alright, get ready for it. I'm about to use a third lip product. Almost never happens. I'm using Luminary Lustreglass just to add some sparkle. And I'm putting it right in the lower lip. And that looks pretty darn close. Alright guys, so thank you for watching this. I hope you try it out on your own. If you do, please send me a video response. I would love to see it. I love watching those. So thanks again for watching and subscribing. I really, really appreciate it, guys. And I'll talk to you all soon. Bye.